Hi, this is Skoggit, and it's time for Storytime with Skoggit. This story is entitled Life Insurance Scammer. Before I get started with the story, like I do in every story, what I do, crack myself open a ice cold Lone Star and pour it in a glass. Then we get on with the story. Nothing like having an ice cold Lone Star when you're telling a story. A few days ago, I got a phone call from, it was a gentleman of Indian descent, told me that he was selling life insurance. And he asked me, over the phone, he asked me, he says, "Do you have life insurance?" And I told him, I said, "I do." And he says, my company can beat any price around. And I said, okay. He says, how much do you pay in life insurance? I told him I paid $40 a month for $500,000 worth. He told me, he says, my company can beat that. We can get you, without any physical or anything, we can get you into a life insurance policy for $25 a month for $1 million. And I said, wow, $1 million. A life insurance policy for $25 a month? And I said, are you certain? He said, oh yeah. He said, very certain. And I knew this was a scam right off the beginning, because whenever these scammers calls you, you can hear a noise in the background of other people calling, and I'm thinking it could have been from India, somewhere around there. I don't have any animosity or any bad feelings towards these people. They're good people. But these scammers, they really get under my skin. So anyway, he asked me, he says, who do you have insurance, who is your life insurance provider? And I told him, I said, I have my life insurance with a company called Fly By Night. And he says, okay, Fly By Night? I said, that is correct. I said, the company is called Fly By Night. I said, you never heard of them? They've been around for a long time. He said, I've never heard of them. I said, you don't know their motto? I said, their motto is, here today, gone tomorrow. And he says, oh, I don't know, because he said, I never heard of them. I said, they're a good company. I said, you can look them up. I trust that company. And he said, what's the company? I said, Fly By Night. And so anyway, he asked me, he says, would you be interested in getting the life insurance? And I said, I sure would. And he said, okay. He said, I just need a credit card. And I told him, I said, well, will you take a Lone Star card? Down here, Lone Star card is a welfare card for food stamps and food and such. Don't take me wrong, I'm not cutting anybody down what's got the card. Some of my own family members have it. And I'm not cutting them down. I mean, this is not what this video is intended for, but I just thought it'd be funny since I drink the Lone Star beer and I live in the state of Texas, to say that I have a Lone Star card. And he said, okay. I said, do you accept that? He says, I don't know. He says, I'll have to check and with my supervisor and see if we can take it. And I told him, I said, okay, go ahead and check. So, he come back, I guess, in about 2 or 3 minutes. I stayed on the line. And he says, we can accept it. He said, that is fine. He said, my supervisor says that's fine, that they do accept the Lone Star card. And, I knew it was a scam from the beginning. And he said, I said, well, that's good. I said, because I'll just go ahead and use that card. And he said, that'd be fine. I said, he asked me, he said, what is your name? I said, my name is Will B. Abel. And he told me, he says, what is that name again? I said, Will B. Abel. And he says, Will B. Abel. I said, that is correct. That's my name. He says, what is your name on the card? I said, Will B. Abel. I said, that's the Lone Star card. And he says, okay. He says, I will need the number. And I told him, I said, okay, I'll give you the number. I said, it's 123 456 789. I said, an easy number to remember. And he says, I don't think that's possible to have a number like that. I said, oh yeah. I said, this card I'm looking right at, and that's the number. And he says, well, let me go check with my supervisor again on this number, because it don't sound right. I said, okay, do it. So he left, come back a couple minutes later, and he says, oh yeah, that's good. He said, we'll accept it. He says, and what is your, he said, again, he said, let me get all information. He says, what is your name again? I told him, I said, my name is Will B. Abel. I said, will be able to identify a scammer when I see one. And he says, click, and that was it. So if you get any letting all you people out there know, and viewers and subscribers and everybody watches the video, if you get anybody calling pertaining to a life insurance policy and want you to take it out, then it's more than likely a scam. This is Skoggit. Appreciate all you viewers and subscribers out there. I had fun with this guy, and there's a lot more to it, and I can't remember exactly what all I said, but I just wanted to pass this on. I thought it was hilarious. I like to have fun with these people, because they're out there scamming people out of their hard-earned money and targeting the senior citizens, and that really makes me mad. I'm getting old myself, but I'm not to a point where I'm 80 years old and don't realize what's going on, and they're taking advantage of these poor people and just scamming them out all their money and not feeling any remorse for it. And I'm just, maybe this video will help somebody. This is Skoggit. Appreciate all you viewers and subscribers out there, and I'll have more story times coming up, and y'all take care.